Welcome to Turf Moor for Burnley against Crawley Town in the Carabao Cup. This is pre-match live. We'll be here right up until kick-off, where you can switch over to Clarets Plus for full audio commentary of today's game. There's no video stream available tonight. Got an old friend with us this evening, Dave Roberts alongside us, an old friend of Clarets Plus, Clarets player. He's been with us before.
Rodriguez getting away here. Oh, what a goal! What a goal from Jay Rodriguez! He loves it here. A left foot corker.
Close the book for goal of the season, Phil. That's a fantastic finish.
The ball does hit it. Hits it well. Oh, what a goal! Oh, what a goal from Stephen Defoe! It's a free kick to die for. Barnes. Yes. Oh, what a goal! It's 4-4 for Ashley Barnes. What a finish, right-footed.
Welcome, Dave. You've got your own little VT, 30 seconds there. Some real memories.
And privilege, yes. The couple of goals at Old Trafford, weren't there?
Oh, yes.
We had the Jay Rodriguez one, and obviously the Stephen Defoe free kick.
Yes.
Memories.
Great memories. Great memories. Good to have you back. Obviously, a little bit of a disappointment on Saturday, must be said, particularly second half.
Yeah, I thought we did really well first half and did what we expected us to do, and then second half we were just a little bit overwhelmed. And they do happen from time to time, but we've had such a good run. I think we kind of have to try and put that one behind us. Chance to do that tonight, and then obviously the big match on Sunday.
Yeah, Roger Eli was with us. He sort of linked it back to 91-92 when we lost 5-2 at Blackpool.
Yeah.
He saw some similarities, and he stressed that Burnley bounced back after that result, and they'll bounce back again.
Yeah, they've been on such a good run, and it's an odd season, isn't it, with the World Cup break. We know we've got the game today, the game on Sunday, and then we've got 4 weeks off, haven't we? Well, at least 4 weeks off, depending on what happens with players still being at the World Cup.
Yes, there's some international friendlies which will affect the schedules a little bit, but yeah, it's going to be a strange old season. Team news today, 9 changes for Burnley. We did expect a different side, and Burnley line up like this. Bailey Peacock Farrell in goal. We think Matt Lowton will play right back, Connor Roberts left back, Luke McNally, Charlie Taylor in the centre. Holding roles for CJ Egan-Riley and Samuel Bastian. Head of them, big night for Darrow Costello, Johan Berg-Gudmundsson, Manuel Benson up front, Ashley Barnes. 9 subs in this competition: Aaron Muric, Josh Brownhill, Anas Sarori, Vitinho, Kevin Long, Ian Matson, Marcel Lewis, first time for him in the squad, signed from Chelsea in the summer. He's been really impressive in under 21 games. And Owen Dodson and 16-year-old Joe Barres. If he was to come on, he'd be Burnley's youngest player in the competition and the first 16-year-old to play for Burnley this century. For the visitors, they lost 4-1 to Accrington Stanley at the weekend in the FA Cup. They've got Ellery Balcom in goal. We think a back three: Ben Wells, Joel Lynch, the former Brighton player, Harry Ransom. Travis Johnson will play on the right-hand side, Nick Sarola on the left-hand side. Midfield three of Teddy Jenks, Jaden Davis, Aramid Ote. Up front on loan from Villa, Chukwuemeka, Caleb Chukwuemeka. His brother Carney is at Chelsea. And then a familiar name, Dom Telford, Burnley born, played for Clitheroe Wolves. So a familiar name, joined them from Newport County in the summer. On the bench for the visitors, Corey Adai, the reserve keeper, Jack Powell, Tom Nichols, who scored in both rounds so far, Ashley Nadazan, Ludwig Franchaletti, and Jake Hessenthaler. Hessenthaler is the son of Andy, the former Gillingham manager. That gets you bang up to date with all the team news. Samuel Barrett, who's a new name, is the referee today. No surprises there, Dave, that Burnley they've gone strong, but they've made changes.
Yeah, it's a decent side that's out there and should be capable of getting a result, but it's using the squad. We know the players we brought in the summer. There are younger players coming into the side, but ones who were more than capable of stepping up. So we're hopeful that we can do the business today against Crawley Town, which is the first time we played them.
Indeed, yes. Come to that in a moment. He's bound to have one eye on Sunday, I guess.
Well, I think, yeah, to some extent he did on Saturday as well. I think the fact that Jay Rodriguez wasn't involved, I think that was more with Sunday in mind. And yeah, certainly with a midweek match coming up. I mean, there is the extra day we play Sunday, but even so, it's been a long, hard run, hasn't it? We've had
a really tough
virtually
run.
every midweek. We've not had many midweeks off, so it's tough for the side. They've had to cram the games in with the World Cup break.
A really tough run, you're right. I mean, it's been relentless, like no other season in a way.
Very much, yeah. Really different, and it's going to be the same afterwards to some extent because of the weeks we've missed during the because of the World Cup.
Yeah,
there'll need to be
more
games afterwards as well. So
more
it's a tricky one.
Yeah, I mean, you look at some of the names. Big night for Costello, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought he was impressive early in the season, and then obviously out of the squad. If he can impress tonight, he can have a big part in Burnley's season.
Yeah, he had a chance in the early games, and he's done well for the under-21s as well. Scored quite a few goals, hasn't he? So yeah, it's his chance to push his agenda today, I think.
And what about Manuel Benson? He's having the time of his life at the minute.
Yeah, fantastic player, isn't he, on the ball? I mean, he started against Sheffield United. He'd had more of a substitute role, but when he's come on off the bench, he's been lightning, hasn't he? When he gets on the ball from that wing, is something else. Something not seen for a while, really.
No, we talked about super subs, and you know we've seen him in the past. The David Faircloughs, Ollie Gunnar Solskjaer's, and so. I mean, if you keep performing off the bench, inevitably you've got to start.
Yeah, I mean the number of goals he's got off the bench. I mean Sam Vokes is our top scorer off the bench. Actually, he scored 10 goals from substitute appearances. But yeah, I think if Manuel Benson was kept on the bench, he would be scoring a lot of goals this season. Hopefully, started in games. If he can start games, he'll continue that and keep scoring.
Because the wide men were really good first half, I thought, Zaroury and Benson, and it just faded off a little bit second half, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean it helps having. I mean, talking about the games before, it helps having players on both wings. Sometimes if you've got just one threat, it doesn't. It's not quite the same. Whereas we have players on both wings, and teams don't know what to do. I think we wore Rotherham out in the end, didn't we? In that game.
Yes, to an extent. Yeah, I mean we've never seen anything quite like that, have we? First time we believe in Burnley's history they've been behind 90 minutes in the league. And gone on to win it.
It is. I mean, they used to record times differently. They didn't used to have added time the same way in older matches, did they? But certainly I checked back, and it's the first time we scored 2 goals. It's only twice we scored 2 goals in the 90th minute or later. Charlie Austin scored 2 down at Portsmouth, but we're already leading 3-1. So yes, it's the first time we've been behind going into the 90 minutes and won the game. Incredible, wasn't it? Absolutely incredible. Now then, a new feature for us on Pre-Match Live, which involves you, the fans watching today. We want to put you on your thinking caps and have a go at this Clarets question. After tonight, which 8 Football League clubs have Burnley yet to face? After tonight, which 8 Football League clubs have Burnley yet to face? That doesn't include friendlies. We'll be revealing all at half time, so keep tuned on Clarets Plus for the answers. Now, got to remember, Saturday was the first defeat in 18 in all competitions. It's been a magnificent run. It's been a great run. I mean, we had a lot of draws, had a lot of 1-1 draws in there, but before that, I think we've won 5 out of 6, haven't we, before the Sheffield United game?
Yes, yeah.
And then we're just putting the momentum together. And maybe it was just one step too far, the fact that we'd had a day less, hadn't we, in terms of recovery time, which makes a difference. Yes. And we don't want to make excuses for it, but I think Sheffield United were the better side on the day in the second half. We can't really argue with that. Particularly second half. Yeah. I mean, you can look at the first goal that looked a goal kick, didn't it? Yeah. You know, you see if Watson maybe he's the 5th looked offside. I wasn't convinced Jack Robinson was onside for the 3rd, but you know they were the better side. They were strong physically. Does that give a clue to teams going forward, perhaps? Perhaps, yeah. I mean, it's. Other teams will have taken note of that. But yeah, I mean, the sides we've faced, I think Sheffield United have been the best team we've faced, and you would expect or hope that both teams will be right in there towards the end of the season. You would think so. You'd expect that. They've had a bit of a sticky run. They'd won the first 4 at home and then were winless in the next 4 at home. 1 or 2 of their fans beforehand were saying, well, we've not been playing that well. But on the second half basis, they'll be right up there, I would think. I think I looked at the table after 10 games, and with these 6 points ahead of us, they were well clear, weren't they? And then had a little bit of a dicey run, and obviously we had a good run. And but the sort of side, they've kept quite a lot of the players from when they were playing in the Premier League, and they'll be pushing all the way, I think, this season. Yeah, big opportunity this, isn't it? You know, they're the lowest ranked side left in the competition.
Burnley will want to be in the fourth round. It's played just before Christmas. We need a cup run, I think.
Yeah, it was a good draw for us. I think what you want always is to have a home draw, playing your match at home, and preferably against a lowly side. And obviously they are a League Two side. They're struggling a little bit in League Two as well. So for them, it's like it's a bit like a cup final. It's a chance for them to bit of a pressure off in the league. So you don't know how things are going to go that way. But obviously they had a heavy defeat against Accrington Stanley.
Yeah.
So they'll be hoping to bounce back from that.
Right, so Saturday it finished Sheffield United 5, Burnley 2. Let's hear what manager Vincent Kompany had to say following the result.
Vincent, disappointing afternoon overall. What's your assessment on the game?
No, it was tough. I mean, you know, we had a good first half. Obviously, we're leading 2-1 at half time. But I think today I probably asked more of them than they could give. I think that's the honest assessment. We had a short turnaround between the games. It was late kickoff on Wednesday, early kickoff on Saturday, succession of games. But for us, if we drop our energy levels, we're exposed to what we saw in the second half, and so you go and you push them. But we were at the end of it a little bit today, and we just got to pick ourselves back up and turn this into fuel to win the next games.
The home side started quite strong, but then Burnley grew into it and looked dangerous every time going forward, especially Benson out wide, and got the goal that they deserved probably.
Yeah, whenever we had the ball, I thought there was threat from us. So, and you know, but it's demanding. It's high energy. They were man v man all over the pitch, and that's why we hurt them in the first half. But in the second half, we just didn't have the legs anymore to go in behind, to run at them, to be on the front foot when we didn't have the ball, and then the moment you start dropping, then it happens, and I can't. I don't want to excuse anything, but I'm gonna be, you know, I'm gonna say these guys have given everything, so we've got to stay humble now, work hard, and get the next games over the line.
Were you frustrated with how quickly Sheffield United equalised in the second half, just 48 minutes? Yeah,
but you know, we all know in these type of games you've got to give it some time to settle, and if you concede this early, then you're only growing the momentum of the opposition team. But like I said, I just think from pressing, being on the front foot to what we did in the second half, it's like I said, it was just a few too many things happening at the same time, and then I knew this could happen.
And 3 goals in just 10 minutes as well. The game then put out the home side with the supporters getting behind them. Did it just look like the game had gone then?
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't much in it until the moment that they got over us. I mean, we were, like I said, still the more threatening team in the game. But then as soon as we lost control of the ball and we lost our threat going forward, as soon as that went, then the game was done. Then there was only one team left. But you know, for me, it's important to try and push the team to go to the end anyway, and to keep at least trying to keep going. And it wasn't enough today, but I'm sure we'll get a chance at Turf Moor at some stage to see these again, and you know, see what happens on that day.
Missing a couple of key figures today as well. Josh Brownell suspended, and Jay Rodriguez, was he close to being involved this afternoon?
No. I mean, Josh obviously was the suspension, and Jay Rod was touch and go, but in the end he wouldn't have been able to play a significant role today.
And then on to Tuesday in the Carabao Cup, back at Turf Moor in front of the fans. Chance for a few players to maybe feature that haven't as well? Yeah,
we'll see. First we put this game behind us, and then on Monday we assess the damage, and I'm sure we'll look again to make it a good night at Turf Moor.
That was Vincent Kompany after the 5-2 defeat at Bramall Lane. Bit of a bogey ground for Burnley. Got to say, always refreshingly honest, isn't he? Yeah,
he is. I think he still realises it's a work in progress. He'll be delighted, I think, with the run that we've been on. I think he said prior to the season we need to be there or thereabouts when we go into the World Cup break. We're probably a little bit ahead of schedule from that perspective, so won't be too disappointed on the back of one result. We need to make sure we can push on.
Yeah, I think he's obviously realised there's one or two things to work on.
Yeah.
I just wonder if we're not quite physical enough at times.
Yeah, sides are bigger than us. I think we've struggled a little bit from set pieces. I think that was apparent, wasn't it, in the second half on Saturday, so that'll be something we work on. But you can do what you do with the team you've got. I think set pieces will be something that he'll definitely be working on. Yeah,
I mean, City just deny your set pieces. Manchester City deny your set pieces. They deny your corners. But they came out with that throw-in, which caused Burnley so many problems. I mean, we've seen Robinson do that before, but it did cause us so many problems around the 6-yard box.
It did, yeah, and as the game went on, it just got worse and worse, didn't it, in terms of their threat just seemed to increase, and we just didn't know how to cope with it. A combination of that and I think maybe the physical effects of previous games combined as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, by no means, looking for any sort of excuses or even reasons, but Wednesday night to Saturday lunchtime is a tough ask, isn't it?
Yeah, it was almost like playing extra time, wasn't it? Against
it was a little,
with the extra
it was
12 minutes we played. Wasn't it? Plus 5 in the first.
Although they were stood around a lot in the 90 minutes. So, but I mean, you could have just done without Saturday lunchtime, I felt.
Yeah, it's just condensed, wasn't it? Playing late on Wednesday, early Saturday, it does have an impact, I'm sure it does.
Now then, it's the Lancashire Derby on Sunday. The Clarets faced Blackburn 5 years ago in this competition. Let's have a look back at that game at Ewood Park. Here come the teams. Traditional strips. Burnley in claret and blue. Blackburn blue and half. Shirts, white shorts, blue socks. Barnes to win the next ball. Nicely back for Brady. Barnes available again, uses him. Barnes has kept it in play, right hand side. Barnes to bring it inside nicely now. He's got options. Looks to go wide again for Brady. Brady to put the ball in, looking for Bolton. Chance for Court! A Burnley lead. Jack Cork's got it. Scored a deep down in his second spell for the Clarets. Well, he's gone and scored at Ewood Park. Jack Cork with a goal.
Ashley Barnes sets off. Goes 30 yards, then looks right, finds Brady again. There are 3 or 4 Burnley players, all on the charge. Any one of them could have finished it.
Mulgrew, that's going to be on Mulgrew though. Barnes on the chase here. He's got a man with him in Chris Wood. Can he seize him up here? Chris Wood with a big chance to make it 2. Oh, it's a save by Raya. Matt Ford for Westwood. Stillman in the middle here. Westwood could take his time, try and plant it in the middle as he found Arfield. On his left foot here, Arfield. Back inside and away. Big chance. Raya with a really good save to deny Wood. Big chance for Wood to score in his debut. Ball down the line for Wood to turn and chase. It is in play. Wood will need support here. Will he get it from Jack Court? Does do. Who's in the middle? Ashley Barnes really only now. Ball into the middle to find Brady. Ready to take it off. Oh, what a finish from Robbie Brady. 2-0 Burnley. Complete control of the game. What a finish. What a good move from Burnley. Chris Wood took it on down that left-hand side. Great ball into the middle. Fantastic touch from Brady. And he smashed it past Raya. Blackburn Rovers 0. Burnley 2. Some finish from Robbie Brady. Ball in is dangerous towards that near post. Bob gets there. He's impeded. Chance. Offside. Offside. It won't be given. He's got a touch. It's ruled out. Samuel on his own inside the 6-yard box. Don't get away with that.
Be interesting if he hadn't got the touch, Phil. So I think he was going in anywhere.
Goodmanson just clips it in there. He's looking for Barnes. Mulgrew wins the first header. Barnes to try and win the next. Wood to collect. Oh, saved by Raya. Near post. How close was he to a debut goal? Good save from Raya. Arfield will collect. That's the final whistle. Burnley the winners at Ewood Park for the 3rd successive time. Blackburn Rovers 0. Burnley 2. It's the Clarets. They'll go through to the 3rd round of the League Cup. So 5 years ago, Jack Court, Robbie Brady, the scorers. Burnley won by 2-0 in the Carabao Cup. Now Burnley have already played in this competition back in August. They were the winners by 1-0 at Shrewsbury. Let's have a look at those highlights now.
Well done. Come on.
So Burnley the winners by 1-0. Samuel Bastian with that goal back in August. Burnley against Crawley Town tonight. Welcome to those fans joining us on Clarets Plus for audio commentary. Joining us tonight is big Burnley fan Dave Roberts, a welcome friend from Clarets Plus, Clarets World and Clarets Player. For those watching on social media, we're live right up until kick-off, where you can switch over to Clarets Plus for full audio commentary. Go to burnleyfc.com/packages for more information. Let me update you now with the team news. 9 changes for Burnley. We thought that would be the case. Quickly through the Burnley side for you. Bailey, Peacock, Farrell in goal. We think Matt Lowton right back, Connor Roberts left back, Luke McNally, Charlie Taylor in the centre. Holding roles for CJ Egan-Riley and Samuel Bastian. And then the front forward, Darragh Costello, Johan Berg Gudmundsson, Manuel Benson. He's on fire at the minute. 6 goals for him this season, with Ashley Barnes up front. So 4-2-3-1 as normal. Burnley bench, Aaron Muric, Josh Brownhill, Anas Sarori, Vitinho, Kevin Long, Ian Matson. New name there, Marcel Lewis, joined us from Chelsea. Well, in fact, joined us from Belgian football. Was at Chelsea, was at Cambridge. Did really well as a youth at Chelsea. Owen Dodson, and then 16-year-old Joe Barres. We mentioned that earlier. If Joe was to come on, he would be the first 16-year-old to play for Burnley this century, and Burnley's youngest player in this competition. For the visitors, Crawley Town, Ellery Balcom in goal. He's the keeper on loan from Brentford. We think a back three of Ben Wells 22, Joel Lynch 6, Harry Ransom 12. Travis Johnson normally plays on the right hand side. He wears 23 with 25 Nick Cerula. Then the central three of Teddy Jenks, he's on loan from Brighton. Jaden Davis, Aramide Ote, former Salford City player. And up front, Dom Telford, Burnley born, went to Ribblesdale High School, Clitheroe Wolves player, joined them from Newport County in the summer. Got 27 goals in all competitions last season, so look out for him. And alongside him, Caleb Chukwuemeka, who's on loan from Aston Villa, former Northampton striker. Just the 6 subs for Crawley, with Corriadai, the reserve keeper, Jack Powell, Tom Nichols, who scored in both wins against Bristol Rovers and Fulham, Ashley Naderson, the former Fleetwood Town striker, Ludwig Franchialetti, and then Jake Essenthaler. Jake is the son of Andy Essenthaler, the former Gillingham manager. Quiz feature, we mentioned this a little bit earlier. It's a new piece for us, in case you missed it earlier. Pre-match live, new feature for Pre-match live. After tonight, which 8 football league clubs have Burnley yet to face? That excludes friendlies. Obviously, first time we've played Crawley Town tonight. There's another 8 teams in the football league that Burnley haven't yet faced. I'll give you a clue. Obviously, a lot of changes in the Football League in recent years. A lot of these sides have recently gained promotion. We'll give you all the answers at half time. Dave Roberts alongside us. Great to have him back. I mean, you do a lot of work on Burnley stats. Just tell us a little bit about your database and how you've progressed that over recent years.
Yeah, just tried to, building on what Ray Simpson's done with the Clarets Chronicles book, that was my start. And when I was doing commentary with games for you, Phil, I couldn't have that big book alongside me, so I've now got my own database I can look at. So what I thought was, I kind of did it for myself, but why not share it with everyone else? So it's out there.
That's brilliant. Yeah, it's brilliant. And just give that a plug. Give the website a plug.
Best one to look at is bit.ly /Burnley stats. That's all uppercase.
Yeah.
And that's got loads of the reports and information on there.
Yeah, some fantastic stuff on there. And I know we've had a little chat this afternoon about young debutants for obvious reasons. And no nay never goes from strength to strength.
Yeah, we've been going for a little while. We're now part of the TalkSport fan network as well. That's
brilliant. Yeah, that's good.
That's a little bit more power behind us as well. And yeah, I've been doing that for about 5 years now. Started off doing the main podcast, and then we sort of developed a sideline with the preview show. So we preview league matches and we'll be doing a preview later in the week for the big match of the weekend as well.
For the big one. We've mentioned it once or twice, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's great, isn't it? Fantastic podcast. And that's pulling in a lot of listeners each week.
Yeah, well, it varies from time to time, but we're up in sort of 800,000 listeners for
That is
episodes,
incredible.
so yeah,
that is incredible. And really well produced, isn't it?
Yeah, Matt Moss does a fantastic job producing it, keeping us all in line.
As do the lads here, by the way, before anybody jumps on me. Yeah, I think it's great. You did a little quiz the other summer, and I
did, yes.
sort of tried to help you with that.
No, you did really well.
I mean, it's great. So interactive, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we do. It's based on the listeners, so if anyone has ideas, then they get in touch, and we try and reflect the fans' ideas as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll look out for that.
Yeah.
We'll look out for your preview ahead of Sunday.
Yeah, we'll probably record that on Thursday. That'll be out on Friday, so there'll be a full weekend to listen to.
We've got a nice little quiz question prepared already for Sunday.
I was tested out with that earlier.
Were you really? Oh, right. Oh. So we'll be using that on Sunday. 12:30 kick-off, remember. Burnley against Blackburn. You didn't need me to tell you that. We're waiting for the teams to emerge. Bit of a mixed night, Dave, isn't it, weather-wise?
Yeah, it's eased off a little bit. When I was walking up to the ground, it was rain was starting to get heavier. So obviously give the pitch a good wetting, and that'll hopefully help the ball move around, I think. But it's breezy as well. Our papers are nearly blowing away.
Yeah, it's a tough one up here. It can be at times. It really can. Just to recap, just Samuel Bastian and Manuel Benson retain their places from Saturday. Always going to be changes today. And I mean, Burnley will want Jay Rodriguez fit for Sunday.
Yeah, I think that was in mind on last Saturday as well. And I think, I think he'll be ready for it and wanting to be in the starting lineup if fit. I mean, he came off it looked like a niggle, didn't it? At the end of the Rotherham game more than anything else.
Yeah, you can jump to conclusions, can't you? And I think the manager inferred that he was quite close for Sheffield United. Yeah. So, maybe, Josh Brownhill will be back. He was suspended for Sheffield United. And with those two, you've got lads that are good at defending set pieces. Both are decent in the air.
Yeah, there'll be a big atmosphere on Sunday. It's been sold out for a little while, hasn't it? All sold out away end. I think our tickets sold out in less than 12 hours. It's going to be a fantastic atmosphere on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, they're big games, aren't they? I've just got a little worry, having drawn against Blackpool and Preston. We don't want to be losing too many points in those Lancashire derbies, do we?
It's always an issue, isn't it? I think more so this season as well. I think you were saying earlier in the season, it's the first time since 61, isn't it, that all four have been in the same division together. And when you have the derby games, it's just a different angle, and you've got to respect it as a derby game. But you've almost got to remember it's another game, it's another 3 points. Not get too carried away by the occasion.
Yeah, you could throw Wigan into that as well. First time ever, obviously. Those five have been in the same division. I've just got to worry there. You might just, miss out on a point or two because I tell you something that, I mean, obviously we lost the lead on Saturday. It's 15 points now lost from winning positions, 11 game from losing positions. Yet Blackburn haven't had an equaliser either for or against in any of their games. I mean, that is just unbelievable.
It's been a bizarre season for them, hasn't it, in terms of the number of games they've lost to still be up there. But it's, they all count the points, don't they? So
of course they do. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what that tells you. I would suspect it tells you they're a very good side once they've gone ahead. Yeah. And I think the keeper's the best in the division.
Right.
I think he's a really good keeper. Obviously, Brereton scoring goals. They've two big players there.
Yeah, definitely.
And you want to take the lead on Sunday on that evidence?
Yeah, we do.
You want to take the lead on Sunday. I mean, when Joe Barres comes on, that'd be some story, wouldn't it? At 16 years of age. As I said earlier, we've had a little bit of a look, haven't we?
Was it the Sunderland game? I think we were looking, wasn't it?
For Lewis.
Lewis Richardson was 16, and we thought, is he going to... He was on the bench, but never came on, did he?
Yeah, he was. If the game had gone Burnley's way in a different manner, he would have come on, I think, and he would have been 16 at that time. I mean, we were talking about Terry Pashley, weren't we? Because he made his Burnley debut at 16
against East Fife
in the Texaco Cup. I was a little confused earlier. I thought it was the Anglo-Scottish Cup. Well, it was, but in a different name. It was, sponsored. And there is a bit of debate whether that's a first-team game or not, which is a bit unfair on Patch, I think.
I'm sure he'll say it is.
He'll say it's a first team. And we certainly treated it seriously.
We did, yes. Strong sides out in those games, looking back.
Because now in the Carabao Cup, or whatever we call it, it tends to be an opportunity to have a look at fringe players. In some ways, that's a shame, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Although I mean, the players who are coming in, they've got a chance, and I think we have got an opportunity for 9 changes. I mean, no one's making the debut today, but there are players getting minutes, aren't there?
Yeah, you're right. It's still a strong side, isn't it? That tells us the squad's good, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Some games in the Championship tonight: Birmingham, Swansea, Blackpool, Middlesbrough, Cardiff, Hull, Coventry, Wigan, Queen's Park Rangers, Huddersfield. Big game at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United, Rotherham. They can go top with a win tonight. Stoke City against Luton and Watford against Reading. The draw for the 4th round of this competition is after Manchester United against Aston Villa, which I think is on Thursday. So the draw for this will be Thursday night. The games will be played the week before Christmas. But if you've got a big squad, another game's not a problem, is it?
No, I think at that time we'll definitely be opening our names in the hat, and maybe another good home draw for the next round.
I mean, the important thing there as well is we've got Scott Twine to come in, Ashley Westwood, and Darko Cherlinoff, who's not too far away, I think.
Yeah.
3 big players there. I was just hoping Cherlinoff might play some part tonight.
Yeah, I think the big disappointment is, Scott Twine was the marquee signing in some way in the summer, and he played 20 minutes, and that's all we've seen so far. So he'll be chomping at the bit to get into the side after the World Cup, won't he?
Yeah, interesting where he'd play.
Well, yeah, there is that, isn't there?
If you're top of the table, there's not too many opportunities to get in, is there? But I think they're three top players.
Yeah.
They're bound to bring something different to the side and the squad, and that's important.
Yeah, we'll definitely need them as the season goes on. With a 46-game season in the league, you need a strong squad.
We talked about ComsCam. Sorry, Dave. I was going to mention we were on the first one, weren't we? Rotherham.
We did. Rotherham on a Friday night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was all a bit of a surprise to us on the night, but
well, it was the second half, wasn't it? We didn't get it for the first half, and then it got set up for the second half.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Oh, better memory than me. And and we've done it just about ever since.
Just over 7 years ago. That was October 2015.
Was, yeah. Just about got Alistair Campbell in shot at Stadium of Light. He got a bit excited second half, contrasting the first half when he was as miserable as sin, and got very excited second half. We're just waiting for the teams to emerge. Won't be the biggest crowd of the season, but I think by and large, the attendances have been decent.
Yeah, they've held up really well. I think the fans have come out and supported the new manager and the new team. It pretty much is a new team. There's a number of players we brought in over the summer, and they've liked what they've seen so far.
Yes, I think so. How was that sort of change of philosophy? It couldn't have gone really any better. We weren't a long ball side, I refuse to accept that.
No.
But we were more direct, weren't we? And we've become a possession-based side. What a transformation.
It's a huge change, a massive transformation, and it's one that's been executed very well by the manager and his management staff.
Yes.
And the players as well, of
to
course.
Be averaging over 70% possession in games
it's incredible, isn't it?
Incredible. We went up in 15-16 with less than 50% on average.
You talk about stats, I've gone back and I've been getting possession doesn't go all the way back, but
it doesn't.
It goes back to about 2001, something
Does
like
it?
that.
Oh, it's a bit longer than I thought.
And we didn't have anything as high as we've got this season.
Not close, I would imagine.
Well, we've maybe had the odd one in the 60s, but nothing like it.
Yes. Here come the teams. Burnley against Crawley Town. First ever meeting between these sides. 3rd round Carabao Cup tie. Let's go through the sides for you. For Burnley, Bailey Peacock Farrell in goal. Matt Lowton will play right back. Connor Roberts left back. Luke McNally, Charlie Taylor in the centre. Anchor roles for CJ Egan-Riley and Samuel Bastian. Ahead of them, Darragh Costello, Johan Berg-Gudmundsson, Manuel Benson with Ashley Barnes up front. Burnley subs, Muric, Brownhill, Zarori, Bettinho, Long, Matson, Marcel Lewis, signed from Belgian football in the summer, former Chelsea youth, Owen Dodson, and 16-year-old Joe Barres. Could be a big night for him. For the visitors, Crawley, we think 3-5-2. Ellery Balcombe in goal. Ben Wells, Joe Lynch, Harry Ransom at the back. Travis Johnson normally plays right wing back. Neil Tazarola left wing back. Central three, Teddy Jenks on loan from Brighton. Jaden Davis, Aramida Ote. Up front, Burnley born Dom Telford, signed from Newport County in the summer. Former Clitheroe Wolves junior, alongside Chukwuemeka. Caleb Chukwuemeka, he's on loan from Aston Villa. Their bench, Corey Adair is the reserve keeper, Jack Powell, Tom Nichols, who scored in both previous rounds, Ashley Naderson, who's the former Fleetwood striker, Francialetti, Ludwig Francialetti, Guadeloupe-born defender, and Jake Essenthaler, son of Andy Essenthaler. So we're close to kick-off. Burnley in claret and blue, Crawley in their change strip of white shirts, black shorts. If you're watching on social media, thanks for joining us on Pre-Match Live. You can now switch over to Clarets Plus on our official app or website for live audio commentary. Simply go to burnleyfc.com/packages to purchase an audio pass.